thoughts, which can interpret further only I say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth, there he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed. For Fleance fled, men must not walk too late. Who cannot walk the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear them deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well, and I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, and as it please heaven he shall not, they should find what it were to kill a father, so should Fleance. But peace, for from broad words, and because he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court and is received the most pious Edward, with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the Holy King, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward upon his aid. That, by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give meat to our tables, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts, banquets, bloody knives, do faithful homage, and receive free honors. But the rest we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Said he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute sir, not I. The cloudy messenger turns me his back, and hums as if one should say, you'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that one might advise him to a caution to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice, and once the hedge pig
For
whined.
dear Christ, tis time.
Round about the
Cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble.
fillet of a fetty snake in a cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toad frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and a blind worm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble like hell broth boil and bowl.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble.
Scale of a dragon, tooth of a wolf, witch's mummy maw and gulf, of the rabid salt sea shark, roots of hemlock diggingly dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat in sips of you, silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips. Finger of her strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's chaldron, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
Thou secret black and midnight hags, what is it you do? A deed without a name. Tell me, thou, whatever thou art, I conjure you, by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, demand.
We'll answer.
Say, if thou'st rather hear from our mouths or from our masters. Call them, let me see them. Pour in soul's blood that hath eaten her, 9 fair of grease that sweeten. From the murderers give it throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show. Tell me, thou unknown power! He knows thy thought! Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff. Beware the fate of fight. Dismiss me. Enough.
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution thanks, thou hast harped my fear right. But one word more!
He will not be commanded! Here's another, more potent than the first.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee!
Macbeth, 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 be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of women born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear its lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not toot.
Be lion meadow proud, and take no care. Who chase, who frets, or where conspirators are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Burnham wood to hide Dunsinane Hill shall come against it.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet bottomance, good rebellion's head rise, never till the wood of Burnham rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall leave the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown did sear mine eyebrows, and though other gold-bound brows like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags! Why do you show me this? A fourth. Start! Eyes, what will this line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet. A seventh. I'll see no more horrible sight! What? Is this so?
Aye, but all this is so. So why stands Macbeth thus amazingly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome pay.
Where are they? Gone? Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in! Without there!
What's her grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected by the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by?
'Twas 2 or 3, my lord, come to tell you Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England!
Aye, my lord.
Time thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose ne'er is overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done, the castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon fife, and give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before my purpose cool.
What have he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. And our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom! To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom when the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits o' the season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor from what we fear, yet not know what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave of you. It shall not be long till I'll be here again. Things that us first will seize or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered she is, and yet she's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Dearest, your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With the worms and the flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they. Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one who swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone who does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest man.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Now God help thee, poor monkey. But what wilt thou do for father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If he would not, it were a good sign I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkest.
What's your good name? I got to know. During your state of honor, I am perfect. I don't some danger to support you nearly. You take a homely man's advice. Be not found here, I took your little ones. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? That I have done no harm. I know now that I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou mayest find him.
He's a traitor!
The lies, thou shag-haired villain!
What?
No!
Egg?
No!
Fraud of treachery?
Run away, I pray you. It's okay. No! Please! No! Mother!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword. The night good men bestride our new downfall and kingdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new swords strike heaven to the face as if Scotland yelled out and felt like syllable of dolor.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no believe, and what I can't redress. As I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which warmer thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the bride is fell. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance, even there where I did find my doubts. Why, in that rawness, left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave-taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Great tyranny! Lay thou thy patience sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Where thou thy wrongs, the title is afeard. Fare thee well. I will not be the villain that thou think'st, for the whole land that's in the tyrant's grasp and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day gashes added to her wounds. I think withal there be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offered goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever. By him that shall succeed. What should he be? It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice are so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious smacking of every sin that has a name, but there is no bottom, none of my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids cannot fill up the cistern of my lust and my desire. All continent impediments would o'erbear that did oppose my will. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Fear not yet. To take upon what is yours, you may convey yourself in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough, and there cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many, as greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
Were I king, I should cut off the noblest for their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house, and my more having be as a sauce to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper and grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our many slain kings. Yet, do not fear. Scotland hath poisons to fill up the will of your mere own. All of these are portable with other graces weight.
But I have none the king becoming graces, as justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth. If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern! No! Not to live! O nation miserable with a bloody sceptred tyrant, when shalt thou see them wholesome days again? Thy royal father was a most sainted king, the queen that borne oftener upon her knees, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. The evils that have repeated upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. My breast, my hope, and here!
Macduff! This noble passion, child of integrity, hath for my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains has sought to wing me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-querulous haste. But God above, deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself, for strangest to my nature, I am yet unknown to woman. Never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what was mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow and delight no less truth in life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine, my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before thy here approach. Old Seward with 10,000 warlike men was already at a point, was setting forth. Now we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrels. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile. See, who comes here?
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
Gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, be times remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen. Stand Scotland where it did. Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave. Where nothing, but who knows nothing. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked. Where a violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
A relation, too nice and yet too true. What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well,
And my sweet daughter?
well too.
The tyrant has not battered them.
They were at peace when I did leave them.
How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witness the rather. For that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time to help. Nor I in Scotland could create soldiers, make our women fight, to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort. We are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seaward and 10,000 men, an older and better soldier, none that Christendom gives out.
Well, I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that will be howled out into the desert air, where hearing shall not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause there is a sum for grief, due to a single breast.
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. Only the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it from me not. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possesses the heaviest sound yet they ever heard.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner won the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven! What man? Ne'er pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words the grief that does not speak. Whispers the o'erfought heart and bids it break. My daughter.
Wife, daughter, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence my wife killed too.
I have said,
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! Both my pretty ones! Did you say both? Oh, how kite both! All my pretty chickens and their dam at one fair swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember when such things were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part sinful Macbeth, they were struck for thee. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Oh, I could play a woman with my eyes and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heavens, bring forth this fiend of Scotland front to front. Within my blade's length set him. To Burnham Wood he shall be met. And if he's escape, heaven forgive him too.
perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I've seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, afterwards read it, then again return to bed, yet all this while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation indeed to receive the benefits of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Nor to you, nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. It is by her continually, 'tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Ah, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands. It is an accustomed action with her, to seem thus washing her hands. I've known her continue this for about an hour.
Yet, here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks.
Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier and afeard. What need we fear? Who knows it when none can calm our power to account? Yet, who'd have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will this hand ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more. You mar with all this starting.
Go to, you have known what you should not.
She's spoken what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here is the smell of blood still. All the perfumes in Arabia will not sweeten this poor hand.
The sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I will not have such a heart in thy bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well, well, well.
Pray God it be so.
I have known those which have walked in their sleep and still died holily in their beds.
Go wash your hands. Put on your nightgown, look not so pale. I tell you again, Banquo is dead and buried. He cannot come out one's grave.
Even so?
To bed. To bed. There's a knocking at the gate. Come, wash your hands. Come. I tell you, what's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds, their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. Oh God forgive us all. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good sir.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures, for the mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee, black thou cream-faced loon! What goddess thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
Geese, villain!
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and o'erread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers, patch? Death of thy soul! Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to thy fear. What soldiers, whey-face?
The English forces, so please you.
This push will cheer me ever or deceit me now. I have lived life long enough. My way of life is fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf. And that which should accompany old age as love, honor, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in its stead, curses. Not loud, but deep, mouth, honor, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. What news more?
All this confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses, skir the country rounds, hang those that talk of fear. How does my wife?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind disease, pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuff of that perilous bosom which weighs upon the heart?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on and give me my staff. If thou couldst, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. What rhubarb, cymer, what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
I will not be afraid of death in vain till Burnham Forest do come to Dunsinane.
I would Dunsinane weigh and clear. Profit again should hardly draw me here.
Well, what is this before us? The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery ere report of us.
The time approaches that with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate. Certain issues twixt must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls, the cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till the famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours? We may have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
'Tis the cry of woman, my good lord.
I've almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. And my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in it. I have supped full of horrors, direness, familiar to my slaughter's thoughts cannot one start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out! Out, brief candle! Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious good lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but do not have to do it.
Well, say.
As I looked upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham and anon. Methought the wood began to move.
Liar! And slave harlot!
Let me enjoy your wrath, if it be not so. Within these 3 miles may you see it coming. I say, a moving growth.
If thou speakest false upon the next tree, shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee! I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm! Arm! And out! If this which he avouches does appear, there will be nor flying hence nor tarrying here. I gin to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind, come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Your lady screams, throw down and shout like what you are. Make all the trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake, I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or none.
Abhorred tyrant.
Disloyal fiend! Thou wast born of woman, but Swords I smile at, and weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a man that's of woman born.
That's where the noise is! Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou be slain with no stroke of mine, my child and wife's ghost will haunt me still. Either thou, Macbeth, or with my blade undeeded I sheathe again.
Why should I play?
Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword, whilst I see the lives, the gashes do better upon them?
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back, my soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than Tarts could get out!
Thou losest labor. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable breasts. I bear a charmed life, and must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel that still has served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed that palter with us in a double sense, and keep the word of promise to our heart and break it to our hope. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole and underwrit, "Here may you see the tyrant!"
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Although thou Burnham Wood, do come to Dunsinane, and thou oppose being of woman born, yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and damn be him that first cries, "Hold him up!"
Hail, King! For so art thou. Here stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee encompassed with thy kingdom's pearl. But speak, my voice, in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland!
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, which will be newly planted with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the minister of this dead butcher, this fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought by self and violent hands, took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time and place. So thanks to all, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!